All actions are resolved with a roll of a single D20. All stats taken from Star Wars. Edge of the Empire role-playing game, published by Fantasy Flight Games. Success thresholds vary depending on the action performed, modified by relevant attributes. Torin gazes out from the cockpit. The stars that stretched into elongated streaks of light returned to small dabs of light as the Ebon Eris dropped out of hyperspace, its thrusters humming with a familiar rhythmic cadence. The modified YT freighter then emerged into the velvet void, maneuvering with a deft grace that belied its weathered exterior, the engines flaring a faint blue glow. Aboard the YT freighter is Captain Sula Kale, with his crew Tana Brax, Jax Net, and his co-pilot and also nephew Scory Torn. On their way back to Haven 6 from a smuggler run of spice, couriered for the Pike Syndicate to the Outer Rim, the Ebon Eris banked sharply, turning on its axis as if shrugging off the vastness of space itself, the engine's faint blue glow now steadier. The craft is a large, slightly elongated, disc-like shape with two pointed wings extending outward from the central disc. Even in deep space, its overall color was a muted gray-white with various textures and paneling showing its intricate internal structure. From the shadow of an asteroid, an Imperial TIE interceptor darted into view, accompanied by 4 Imperial TIE fighters. In the cockpit of the interceptor, the lead pilot visor reflected the cold, sterile light of his cockpit. Underneath his Imperial helmet, a Predator's grin spread across his face as he locked onto the freighter. The targeting computer beeped incessantly, and with a squeeze of the trigger, dual emerald bolts of laser fire streaked toward their prey. Angle deflector shield, roll 1d20. Success 12 or higher, adjust shields, absorbing 25% of incoming damage for 1 turn. Effect shield strength improves temporarily. Enemy standard TIE fighter NPC fires from long range. Rolls a d20 against the DN, modified by evasive maneuvers. Misses due to the raised DN. Hold on! Sula Kyle jerked the controls, throwing the YT-2400 into a sudden roll. Hold on! He barked as the ship pitched violently to the left, narrowly evading the incoming barrage. The cockpit lights flickered under the stress of the maneuver, but Kale's grip remained firm. Evasive maneuvers. Roll 1d20 plus handling modifier. Success 15 or more avoids enemy fire for this turn. Effect shields remain undamaged. No direct damage. We're not shaking them like this, Tana Brax called out to the crew of the Ebon Eris. Jax Net rose to his feet, shaking off the Kale's last maneuver, and sprinted down the corridor to the Eris Quad laser turret. He gracefully slid down access ladder to the gunner station. Torin, take lateral control. Keep her steady, Kale added firmly. Imperial patrols in this sector? The rebellion must be pounding them so bad they're attacking cargo freighters now. With no warning, let's make them regret aiming at us, Tana stated in a gruff, defiant manner. Outside, the enemy TIEs closed the gap, all in formation with the TIE interceptor in the lead. Their menacing screeches cutting through the silence of space. More volleys of green energy lanced toward the freighter, one bolt grazing the hull with a searing hiss. Kale grit his teeth, pulling the freighter into a steep climb, its silhouette vanishing momentarily against the backdrop of a distant star. Vehicle combat in Star Wars RPG. The general framework is structured in 5-second rounds, mirroring the pace of regular combat. Each round includes actions for attacking, maneuvering, and defensive maneuvers. All actions are resolved using skill checks and damage rolls. Steps for attacking a vehicle. First, determine the target's difficulty number. The difficulty number, or DN, is based on the range between the attacker and the target. For short range, it's DN 10. For medium range, it's DN 15. For long range, it's DN 20. Other factors like evasive maneuvers and environmental conditions may modify the DN. Below deck, Tana Brax reached the secondary gunner's station, just below the cargo bay, sliding into the seat with practiced ease. Her hands gripped the controls of the dorsal laser turret as she powered it up. The targeting reticle sprang to life, and with a wry smirk she muttered, "Time to even the odds." Combat actions, focusing on the gunner's roll. To fire your weapon, roll a 20-sided die and add your gunner aim modifier if you have one. The success thresholds vary by range. For short range, you need to hit a target armor class of 12. For medium range, it's 14. And for long range, you need to hit 16. Each successful hit deals 30% damage to the enemy's health points. To fire the laser cannon, roll a 20-sided die and add your gunner aim modifier. The success threshold is 15 or higher for medium or long range. The damage inflicted is 50%, but keep in mind, the cannon requires 2 turns to recharge. From inside the laser turret cockpit, a visible, fierce battle raged in space. Numerous Imperial TIE fighters, including a TIE interceptor, are engaged in intense combat. Explosions erupt in various parts, illuminating the backdrop of space. Stay on target. Roll a 20-sided die and add your handling modifier. If you get a total of 14 or higher, you maintain the target lock. The effect? The gunner gains a +2 to attack rolls on the next turn. Twin bolts of crimson erupted from the freighter's turret, slicing through the void. One found its mark, clipping the wing of a pursuing TIE. "Whoa!" screamed Jax over the Even Eris comms. "That's only one! Hold out, flyboy!" Tana Brax said back to him in a stern voice over the ship's comms. Enemy fires back from long range, rolls a D20 against the DN, modified by evasive maneuvers, misses due to the raised DN. The shuttle freighter banked hard to starboard. The TIE squadron leader snarled as his wingman went down. He pressed his thrusters to maximum, unleashing a barrage that raked the freighter's shields, sending ripples of energy coursing across its hull. The fighter roared open to space with another ship on flames in the upper left. The top left is a yellow-orange round ball of flame that appears small in size. Keep them busy, Tana. Torin, reroute shield power to the rear. I'm on forward control. This dance is far from over. With a calculated twist of the controls, Kale flipped the freighter into an inverted dive, rushing toward a dense asteroid field. The enemy pilots hesitated briefly, wary of the gauntlet ahead, but their determination overrode caution as they pursued, hungry for the kill. Enemy fires back from long range, rolls a 20 against the DN, modified by evasive maneuvers, misses due to the raised DN. The background of space illuminated the fiery, elated horizon of a nebula against a bright red and yellow-hued explosion, vibrant and evocative of a dual star constellation. Tana's cannon blazed once more, forcing the TIEs to scatter. The freighter careened through the chaos, a lethal tango between predator and prey. The stakes were clear: survive or be forgotten in the cold abyss of space. Resolution phase: calculate damage and apply range-based modifiers. With the piercing howl of twin blaster cannons, the Even Eris gunners, Jax, Net, and Tana Brax turned chaos into victory. Scorching laser bolts tore through the remaining Imperial TIE fighters, reducing them to fireballs that blossomed and extinguished in the vacuum of space. The last TIE interceptors struggled to evade, the barrage from the Even Eris spewing from both mounted quad laser cannons weaving frantically, until a direct hit from the Eris split the hull in two in an epic explosion. In the cockpit, co-pilot Scori Torin fingers danced over the navigation computer screen, locking in coordinates with practiced precision. "Hold steady!" he barked over the comms, his voice resolute. The freighter shuddered as if breathing a sigh of relief, but the ship held strong. Cheers erupted over the comms from the crew. Captain Kale grin widened to a playful smirk as he glanced at Torin. With the coordinates locked, the captain gripped the hyperspace lever. "Punch it!" he commanded, and the freighter surged forward. The stars stretched into silvery lines, enveloping the ship in the glowing tunnel of hyperspace. Relief washed over the crew, their adrenaline slowly subsiding as the Even Eris soared through the luminous void of hyperspace. A triumph against the tyranny of the Empire, etched into the stars, a testament to their resilience and camaraderie and friendship. For now, their journey bound for the unknown and ready for whatever else the galaxy had in store. Victory conditions. Players win by depleting enemy NPC HP or successfully escaping to long range and plotting a course out of combat.